So I finished reading The Hedge Knight before I watched the first season of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, and here are my thoughts. I was the biggest Game of Thrones fan back in the day. It was my favorite show for a very long time, up until around season 7 and 8, like a lot of people. But when I heard that the new show, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, actually got a lot of praise, I really wanted to watch it. Since I'm getting into reading again, I thought it was a great opportunity to pick up the short stories and read the books before I even got to watching the show and experience it that way. First, let me talk about the book. That's all I've read so far, just The Hedge Knight. I really loved it. I thought it was such an interesting take on the Game of Thrones universe. I loved that really focused storyline, just all centered around Dunk and this mini adventure that he has. Seeing what a really great honorable man he is. You can really see that, those people in power, how they treat people who aren't as rich or as powerful as they are. Also, just the best Targaryen characters presented here through Egg, Baelor, and Maekar. I think Maekar is a great character too. Of course, Aerion, being one of those more typical sadistic Targaryens. I love the descriptions of food as well. Just reading how he writes about meals and how, the meat has been cooked and how much butter goes into these meals. Like, wow, made me really hungry. As an introduction to George R.R. Martin's writing, he really is such a vivid, beautiful writer, and I am absolutely engrossed every time I turn the page. Then I got HBO Max. I binge watched the whole of season 1. Wow, what a faithful adaptation of this first short story, especially the first part where Dunk's burying Sir Arlen and he goes into the tavern, where he meets Egg for the first time. Like, all of that, just very, very loyal to the source material, all the dialogue. I love the casting of Dunk and Egg, especially. Like, great casting there. And I also love the changes they made, more of a focus on Lionel Baratheon. Like, what an eccentric, charismatic character. And Raymond Fossaway, he was already a bro in the first short story, and they really leaned in on that in the show. Baelor and Maekar, they are much older than I thought, but wow, like Baelor, I loved him in the short story. I loved him in the series. I thought they did a really fantastic job. The actor was amazing as Baelor, and overall, like, what a fantastic show. Like, this is peak Game of Thrones, like really going back to focus on characters and dialogue and storylines and pacing. Like, all of that was just so good. Nothing super flashy, although the Trial of Seven, what a flashy battle. That was a crazy sequence, like very well choreographed, and it was so intense. I do think the pacing was broken up because of the flashback sequence. I thought it was a very interesting take around Maekar actually not letting Egg go with Dunk at the end there, but I feel like it's more of like a setup for season 2. Amazing show. I can't wait to do it again for the second short story and for the second season of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. So stay tuned for my thoughts once that eventually comes out.